You're listening to the Tales of Despair podcast. Please be advised that the content of this podcast may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Oh, snip snaps. You know what time it is. It's time for Skies of Solaris. Yeah, it's roll call time. Who we got?
Not here.
I'm here.
Honestly, everyone left.
Oh no. Well, I guess it's just going to be a one DM show today.
There's always one DM.
No, where I'll be the player characters, the DM, and the enemies, just all in one.
I believe in you.
You believe in me?
You can do it.
All right. Well, let's start off with the question of the session. This session's question of the session is, what is your character's deepest fear and why? Let's start with Verona this time. What is Verona's fear and why?
Verona's fear is to disappoint her old elder brother, Alice.
Okay. I mean, yeah. That's pretty accurate. Disappointing your family members is it's a pretty deep fear for a lot of people. Percival, what about you, man?
The loss of his family.
Oh, I see a running theme here. What about
To be fair, he has children.
Yeah, I do have children.
I'm not knocking it. I definitely agree. Like that is a huge fear for a lot of people. Fantasy or real life. Yes. Let's go to Paula.
I would say Armoni's biggest fear is kind of almost, funnily enough, confrontation with authority figures. But she is soon to become the authority figure, so I don't know how she's going to handle that.
She has to stop practicing speaking to herself in the mirror.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about one of mine, I guess. Who should I do it based on? I don't know. I play everybody and
What
everything.
about Nimbus?
Hey.
Nimbus is a card, okay? He doesn't get a vote.
Oh,
Oof.
oh.
Not
His
really.
fear
I'm
is being a
sorry.
card.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So Nimbus in the Shadow Realm right now, what is Nimbus's greatest fear?
Nimbus's greatest fear would be soap and a bath. You don't know what would happen.
In the bath or with the soap?
Yes. What if something comes and tries to drown me?
Oh, okay.
Or what if my defensive layer of dirt just goes away?
It gives you an armor class bonus, and you're harder to pick up because you're greasy.
From all that sleeping outside.
Especially since he sleeps in trash.
He's the trash man. So then I guess I should do one for a random NPC that you guys choose, I guess.
Alice.
Alice?
Yeah.
Everybody else, what do you think?
I'd love to know what his greatest fear is.
Okay. His greatest fear.
What's your all's obsession with my big brother?
I'm just curious.
You know I have multiple brothers, right? Why him?
Because he's the one on the screen right now.
Fair enough. Wait, on the screen? Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's kind of a
So,
biddy.
wow, that's a thinker. That's a thinker question. That is a thinker question. Give me just a second. His greatest fear would be being forgotten or fading into obscurity.
Oh, he'd lose his power too, wouldn't he?
Definitely. But it isn't because he would lose his power, it's because he just likes being of value to others, essentially. Like being great. Like not really prideful, I guess. It's more of he just doesn't want to be forgotten. He wants to make and keep a name for himself. He just wants to be known for something great without being vain, I guess, if that makes sense. It's kind of an irrational fear, like you're just being erased from history. Essentially, that's what his fear is.
Wow, he's so multifaceted.
It makes sense.
So, what's the funny little quip that we're gonna put right before we start the thing this time?
All right, it's time to start with the recap for part 2 here. So last time, the party went to the Eon Rite to watch the newcomers, the new children that may or may not have been gifted with powers. A few of them were gifted, while one of them was not. A young girl named Jenna, she was not gifted with an Eon ability. And this really hit home with Verona, who thought it was unfair and dumb how the crystal picks and chooses who gets a power and who doesn't. After the ceremony, the king said that there would be a banquet the same night. So the party managed to reconvene at the banquet without Verona. Verona was not present for the first few hours of the banquet. She later arrived, and that's when the Jester showed up and pronounced that his name was Clermont Alabain, a famous entertainer, a part of the Alabain family, which are well-known entertainers. He said that he would like to perform for everybody inside of the banquet, and the king allowed it. The jester then, for his performance, told a story that he said was based on a true story. At the end of the story, this almost word for word from his story happened in real life. He started attacking people, party members started getting hurt, goblin got turned into a card named Nimbus. And the rest of the townsfolk were trapped inside of a barrier, including Aelus, by the Jester's companions that he brought with him. Right now, we're picking up right when the king was defeated in battle against the Jester. The Jester turned him into a card, and then the card falls to the ground, and also the sword that the king had fell to the ground too, with a loud clanking noise. And right now, the Jester is standing in front of Verona, and the card is now on the floor in front of Verona, along with the sword. So, Verona, we're picking up right here. You see that the card's on the floor along with the sword. The Jester is reaching for the card right now. Would you like to do anything?
I feel like I'm just stunned in this moment, and I can't really do anything.
Okay, so while you hesitate, the Jester picks up the card, and he also picks up the sword, and he slips it into his belt loop. And then he says, "Oh, that sword sure does bring back memories." The Jester says with a small smile. The Jester then waves his hand through the air in front of him, and the pile of cards fly into his hand in a neat pile that he quickly shuffles back into his sleeve. "Now, I believe it is time I took my leave. You have all been wonderful. So much emotion and anguish in your voices. Now that's how you tell a good story." He begins to playfully clap as he begins to turn around and walks away from you. The other guards that are still present in this in the banquet, they just are in utter disbelief and shock. They don't react. They're unsure of what to do. While a few of them are just kind of stunned, one of them shouts, "We can't let him get away with this!" As he quickly unhooks his crossbow from his side, and he shoots an arrow at the Jester. The Jester parries the arrow with his metallic card, and with a bit of a flourish, he throws the same card with a flick of his wrist directly into the forehead of the guard. The guard falls onto his back, unresponsive. The Jester looks towards the last two guards. "Anyone else?" The guards stand motionless. The Jester turns around and begins to walk out of the room. So let me erase this guard, because he's dead now. Before the Jester fully leaves the room, he holds up one finger, with his back still turned towards you. 1 year, he says with a sharp tone. 1 year is the remaining time your peaceful cities in the clouds will remain. Use this time to reconnect with loved ones. Live this year to its fullest, since it's all you'll have before I collect the remaining cloud crystals, sending Solaris plummeting into the abyss below. He begins to laugh as he leaves the room. He snaps his fingers, and the smallest of his crew turns back to the crowd and waves their hand in the air, and the barrier holding the crowd hostage disappears. And when that happens, the rest of his lackeys follow behind him. So they all leave the room at this point. Did anybody want to do anything?
No, sirree, Bob.
The sisters in attendance.
They are not. It's kind of late at this
Oh
point.
boy, it's gonna be a rough conversation.
I take the card from the eagle and dismiss the spell. And can I make an Arcana check on it to try and see how we might free Nimbus?
Go ahead.
That is a 30. A 30 on my knowledge arcana check.
Okay. So, as you're studying the card and trying to find out its magical properties, you're holding the card in your hands.
Yes.
Nimbus pops back out.
Oh, okay. Ah, Nimbus!
Where am I?
You're all... What was it like? Are you alright?
It was dark, and none of my light spells worked.
The king has been taken.
Oh, no.
The king is gone. I look to the remaining guards, and I tell one of them, I say, go get more guards, escort all of the townspeople back to their homes, and, uh, there's a curfew.
Understood. And as they are kind of dealing with the dead body situation of one of their companions, before they do your order, another guard rushes in, and he seems to be out of breath, and he's bleeding from his side, and he's holding his side. And he says, he starts yelling, "The queen has gone missing too!" He starts breathing heavily. "That madman attacked me and left me for dead. I was the one overseeing the queen, who was told that she was not to be bothered tonight. I have failed the royal family." He begins to start crying and then starts to cover his face to hide his tears.
You've done what you could, but now you still have work to do. Get healed as quickly as possible and assist with curfew. Effective immediately.
Armani
All right.
just smashed through the doors. We're under new management.
I have been training all my life to take over the throne. I just didn't think it would be now.
So as you give your directives to your guards, and also hearing the new news about the queen also being taken, Alice just falls to one knee, and like he has his hands on the ground, like he falls to his knees, and he just punches the ground. He just looks devastated. He's like, "Both the king and the queen have been taken, and I couldn't stop the jester. I was useless in protecting the royal family," he says with frustration in his voice. "Just 1 year, and we will plummet into the abyss. We gotta
That's
stop
the
him."
spirit.
Yeah. That's funny. He's like, "We gotta stop him before that happens." He kind of like composes himself and like stands up, and then he walks towards Verona, and then he just looks at you. He's like, "Verona, are you okay?"
Verona is like on her knees, and when he approaches, he like sees tears of frustration running down her face. And Verona looks up at him, and in her eyes is nothing but pure vengeance.
he acknowledges it. He just looks you in your face and he just nods. And he's like, I think that we'll be able to stop him if we work together. What do you think?
Yes. Together we are strong.
And he holds a hand out to lift you up.
I grab his hand and say to him,
We won't fail a second time, Helpless.
Agree. And
That
then he
I promise
you
the
up.
people.
I get up.
Okay. And he's just like, I might have a few contacts that can help us out. If you're willing to wait till the morning.
A war council in the morning. If any contacts you have, bring them, and you should be there as well.
Of course.
Yes, Percival?
Darkreese, would I know where the Guardians are?
Your former crew?
Yes.
What is this, dude? Guardians of the Galaxy?
Right. What the fuck, man? You would know that some of them have retired at this point.
Mhm.
But you have heard rumors of two of them that are still active.
Would I know if Sentinel is still active?
Yes, he is.
All right. I'm going to send a letter to Sentinel.
Okay.
Percival, do you know people that would help?
You see him just writing down on a piece of paper.
Yeah, you see me
quickly.
writing down information of just what just happened. And I'll send it to Sentinel. He says, yes. Yes, I do. If you know the Guardians of the Unity.
What kind of check would I make?
Yeah.
for that?
What kind of check would she make?
History?
Knowledge local.
Knowledge local. Very well. 15. I rolled very poorly.
Yeah, you've heard of the Guardians of the Unity.
Ah, I had no idea you were involved.
That was a part of the making.
A few of the people in the crowd are like, oh.
Insert gasp track.
Yeah. Somebody comes up to you. Can I have your autograph?
Damn it, not again. He doesn't even know which one I am.
Yeah, he just wants an autograph. Just because you said something about Guardians of the Unity. Can you write my name on there? James? 2 James?
Yeah, sure. 2 James.
I'm going to walk up and put my hand on the paper and say,
I don't believe that this is a time for autographs and rejoice.
and I push the paper aside and I walk out of the room.
That's fair.
Can I have my autograph later?
I kind of whispered back to him, yes, just later.
Ain't nobody getting any clout today.
He said, okay, I'll see you outside then. So, Alis he stays inside the banquet hall and he's just kind of helping out people that are still in shock and unconsolable right now. And as you're walking out, Verona, he's like, don't worry, Verona. I'll get back to you tomorrow if I'm able to get in touch with my contacts.
Much appreciated.
And I leave.
Anybody else want to do anything inside the banquet hall?
Is there any booze?
Yeah.
Yeah, take a bottle of something and take and leave.
Take a bottle of Merlot. I just have a feeling it would only really be wine.
Yeah. Damn, I wish I had some. Just to be in character.
I think Armoni spends much of the night meeting with her father's advisors,
Uh-huh.
and trying to set up. She fully intends to go after her father, and so she's trying to set up good. With her mother also being gone, tries to find people to be in her stead while she's gone. Before just barely making like a full night's rest before the next day. And probably I think she doesn't even take off her gown. I think she's still wearing the same outfit and the meeting the next day, with a black kind of cloak over it.
Okay. So this is gonna be awkward. Where does everybody else go? Verona leaves. I know that.
Yeah.
What about Nimbus and Percival?
Nimbus might write a letter to Briggs.
Okay.
Yeah. I can imagine me and Nimbus are just like writing letters. Probably to our old people, to our old contacts.
Vigorously.
We must gather the Avengers.
Assemble.
Okay. So the actions you guys are performing right now will definitely change the timeline. I'm just letting you know this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, instead of like leaving right away?
Well,
It's like we're not leaving this place undefended,
Right.
or we're just not like just going on a blind rage. We're actually keeping our heads and
because
forming a plan.
it matters on what your actions are right now. Is all I'm going to tell you.
I think that the responsible thing that Omoni would do is make
Stay
sure
at the
that the
castle.
city is going to be safe before she runs off.
Yeah.
Right. I
Because
understand.
she has no heir after her. She is the heir. So
I understand. So then what is Percival and Nimbus doing? Because one player's fate is already sealed at this moment.
Yeah, Nimbus is gonna get in contact with his
Mhm.
master, let him know what just transpired. Also, basically describing what exactly happened to him when he got hit with the card. So hopefully, we can find a way to counter that.
Shit.
Makes
Don't tell
sense.
me.
Percival, so you're writing to Sentinel?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys do after you write your letters?
Prepare for war.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm probably also going to write to my family.
Okay. Okay.
I should probably write to my family,
All right.
saying it's going to be an extended trip.
If
Hey,
we can-
honey, I love you. Also, sorry, I'm gonna be home late. War happened.
War.
if we can send instant letters via
Uh-huh.
spending gold, why wouldn't he send a letter to his wife?
Yeah.
So she don't need to know.
So you established canonically multiple times.
Yes.
Her name is Rosa?
Rosa, yeah.
Rosa. Okay. All right. Any other letters I should know about?
The letter Q.
Okay.
With
So
Today's episode is brought to you by the letter Q.
So Verona walks out as you guys are doing that. Armani stays inside the castle and begins to prepare for taking over the throne for who knows how long. You guys finished doing your letters. Is there anything else you want to do?
Drink.
Okay.
Because
What'd you say?
that abyss
it
was
drink?
terrifying.
Oh,
It's like I've spelunked in dark caves all my life, and yet I have never felt so blind.
Okay. So the timeline, right?
It's fucked.
A little bit.
What
So
were you expecting us to do?
I don't want to tell you what to do.
No. Just what were you expecting to happen?
I'm not gonna say. The timeline's already fucked. So Verona, you walk outside, and what you see is a massacre of soldiers. They are pinned to the trees with playing cards.
Oh, great.
There's blood and viscera splattered everywhere over the courtyard. In the center of the courtyard, you see a humanoid just standing there, not moving, with robes on.
I guess I rush over to see if they're injured.
Oh boy. Okay. So after you walk up, there's no response. Their back is facing you.
Do I assume they're dead? Can I like roll a medicine check or something?
No, they're standing up.
Oh, they're standing up.
Yeah, they're just not facing you.
Excuse me, are you all right? This is a bloody scene.
So as you say that, this thing turns around, and what you see is a faceless humanoid, and it just looks at you.
Oh no.
You see that there's a bit of blood splattered on the front of the robes. It puts its hand in the blood, and then it just smears on its face what looks to be like a smiley face.
Understood. I take my lance out and I say, "What are you?"
So as it does all that, you hear like a creaking noise coming from it. Well, you can roll for initiative.
Understood. Have a nice day. Do you have the initiative thing up?
Let me get that popping. Yeah, it's on.
Oh boy.
Initiative.
All right. Go up.
I got a 9.01.
All right. Let me roll its initiative. Where is it? There it is. Sorry about that. Cool. It rolled a 21, and you rolled a 9, so it will go before you. This creepy thing just kind of creaks as it now has this painted-on smiley face. So it is going to attack you. It is going to, from its sleeve, pull out a metallic playing card. And it is going to attack you. Let's see. It is going to attack you twice.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
This is gonna go great.
Sorry, buddy. So that. And 11 is going to miss you as you kind of take a half step back. Just whizzes past you as it tries to slash at you with this card. And also a 10 will miss you too, as you just narrowly dodge it. It is now your turn.
I will 5-foot step back,
Mm-hmm.
and I will poke it with my lance.
Okay. Roll that dice.
19.
That will hit. Roll your damage.
8.
Can I... I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to use my swift action to smite evil.
Ooh. Might evil?
Yeah. So if it's evil, it'll take an additional 3 damage. If it's not evil, nothing happens.
You sense nothing has happened to it.
Okay, well,
Besides
it's
your
It's
other
8 damage then.
Alright. As you do that, you just stab into it with your lance. You kind of hear like a thunk noise as your lance connects with its torso. And it just kind of cocks its head with like a creaking noise.
Great. I love that for me.
So as you pierce into it, it lifts up its arm that has the metallic card in it, and it is going to attempt to throw it at you.
That provokes. I make an attack on him.
Okay. So
The second piercing!
17.
17 hits.
Okay.
Oof.
So a 14 is going to miss on your end, trying to attack it with an opportunity.
Sadness.
Yes, sir. So you try to stab it. You see an opportunity. You try to stab it. It just tilts its head and dodges it. And then it flicks a metallic card into your chest. Let me roll the damage. You're going to take 13 piercing damage.
That's fantastic.
As this card is now embedded into your chest.
Damn it.
And as that happens, it just kind of like tilts its head back and puts a hand by its face and like mimics laughing, but there's no sound that comes out.
Understood. Have a nice day.
It is now your turn. There is a metallic card inside of your chest.
I'm gonna stab it again. Because I don't like being stabbed and not doing the reverse stabbing. 19.
That will hit.
Sweet. Let's see here. How many... Cool, I have... I'm gonna use my swift action. How many... What level am I? 4? I'm gonna use my swift action to lay on hands myself.
You're gonna gain health?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
7.
Okay. Seven. Alright. So you gain 7 hit points.
That'll be Zeta.
So it goes back to...
Channel the divine energy within me and shout,
I'm not full here!
Alright, so that happens. It will... You see that it reaches into its other sleeve and pulls out another card. Of the same variety. and it is going to. It's gonna kind of do like a little flourish with it in its hand. It's gonna toss it from its right hand to its left hand, and then it's gonna throw it directly at you. Like tries to fake you out, but you don't really fall for it. Let's see.
Does that provoke as well?
It does. Because Verona has a lance, and she's far away enough to initiate opportunity attacks.
As soon as he like tosses it, that's when I make my opportunity attack. I got a 24.
7.
Yes.
Yeah, you hit, and this thing hits at the same time. You rolled a 24 to hit it. Not bad.
12
And
damage.
rolled max damage.
And max damage. So it takes a hearty 12 damage.
Let's hope it doesn't roll max on me.
Well, let's see what I roll. Let's see. You're going to take 12 piercing damage as it flicks another card at you.
Oh, man.
And just like before, when it inflicts pain upon you, it starts to laugh and mock you.
I don't like being mocked, guys.
This time it does like that knee slap thing, where you're just like, that's so funny, it's a knee slapper. And it's just kind of like punched over a little bit.
I hate this thing with my entire passion.
So as that happens, you hear from behind you, guards are shouting like, "What the hell is that thing?" And they begin to ready their crossbows and are going to attempt to shoot at this creature. Let's see. A 15 and a 22. So the 15 is going to miss as this creature just kind of nimbly dodges, and then the 22 hits it dead center in the chest.
He dodges into the second one.
Pretty much. So it's going to take a hearty 5 damage, as it now has an arrow inside of its chest. It just, as that happens, it just mimics like tears coming down its face, like with its fingers. It's just his idle animation, don't worry. So as that happens, the guards have now joined the fray. So now we're going to Verona. It is your turn.
I will continue my assault. 23.
That'll hit.
7 points of damage. I will use another swift action to heal myself. 7.
All right.
It's
So-
almost as if 7 is the most common number rolled for 2d6.
That is true. So as you just ready your lance and you pierce this thing again in the chest, because why not? It takes the damage and just kind of like takes a half step back. You see that it like shakes its head at you, and then it reaches into its sleeve and pulls out another card.
I'm gonna like rally the men and I say, "We will not falter!"
Verona, be careful! That's the Queen of Diamonds!
You can have an inspiration point, Nimbus. Even though you're not here, it's still funny. You're writing to your biggest fan. His name is Stan. So, yeah, it pulls out a card. It is going to take a step forward.
That'll provoke. I
Mhm.
will poke him.
Okay.
Oh!
Oh no. A nat 1? That's funny. So
My
gonna
attacks of
roll
opportunity are not on point today.
I'm gonna roll something. Alright, you managed to not drop your lance with that nat 1 out of your
Oh,
hands.
great. Fantastic.
As that happens, you tried to attack him as he walked closer to you because you have a long reach weapon. Steps forward with his next metallic card, and he's going to attack you.
He misses these.
Hope so.
Bob and weave.
Dude, don't jinx it.
So
This is where he rolls an at one.
I rolled a 7.
Close enough.
That's good for you.
That is good for me.
So now it is the guard's turn. And you rallied them, you said?
Yeah, can I make like a performance to see how well I rallied them?
Sure. Roll it.
This is time for my 16 charisma to do something.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
the 15?
Also, you give him a +1 bonus.
Sweet. I'll take what I can get.
Yeah. So Chris, I don't know if you saw my message in the chat, but it's up to you.
I did not. I'll have to take a look. 17 +1, that'll hit. And 7 will not hit.
That's an 8.
It is an 8. You're right. +1. My bad. It's just implied.
That it's not gonna hit.
Yeah. So, first of all, after you write your letter, you are able to come outside. You also hear the guards yelling too outside. You can roll for initiative as well.
All right. Can you put my token on there, or do you want me to?
Yep, there you are. You can roll for initiative.
All right. Thank you. Ugh. What the fuck's the initiative? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Well, I don't know why I rolled twice, but I rolled a double that one.
You're alive.
Jeez, bro.
I
Yeah.
don't know why it rolled
I mean,
twice.
he's the one who last came out, so that tracks.
Yeah.
All right. So after Percival runs out and joins the initiative, we're going back to Verona.
I'm going to use my standard. Oh no, I can't do that. Okay. I'm gonna 5-foot step.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use my standard action to cast Divine Favor,
Okay.
and then I'll use my swift action to lay on hands myself.
What does Divine Favor do again?
I gain a +1 luck bonus on attack and weapon damage rolls for every 3 caster levels I have.
Okay. Sounds good. So you heal up again. So,
I just want to point out that Percival's token says last forever in initiative.
it
Yeah.
does.
But I'm still above you guys for some reason.
Makes sense. So yeah, as you are healing yourself, you see that it like cocks its wrist back, and then it's going to attempt to throw this card at you.
Pierce him.
I will stab you once more. Hopefully.
Punch him in his non-existent mouth.
That I will not do. Oh, nat 20, is that
Oh.
confirmed?
Yeah.
It does
Yes!
confirm.
20?
Definitely does.
Oh.
Nat 20, not bad.
That's +1 damage from Divine Favor as well.
27.
27
That's
damage.
big boy damage.
Not bad.
He said, "Cool, you've got a fifth through his health."
So as soon as this thing is in the motion of throwing the card at you, you find like a weak spot essentially, and you thrust your lance into it, and you pierce this thing. As you also are getting hit by the card because it rolled a 24.
Okay.
Not a nat, but
Yeah.
as it
Oh,
throws
a
this
nat
card-
24. It's rolling D24s now.
No, I said it. Yeah, you're right. I misspoke, but yeah, it didn't confirm a crit or anything crazy.
Okay.
So let me roll that damage. Not bad. All right, you are going to take 10 piercing damage. This thing is looking pretty hurt at this point.
Ugh.
And now it's Percival. You see this
How's it
creepy
my turn?
because you were last. I put you at the bottom, and then it went all the way around. Initiative.
I rolled a 1, and guards are beneath me. I should be below Verona.
I think you came
way-
out after the turn.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how it worked.
Alright, whatever.
Yep, it's okay. So yeah, you see Verona fighting this creature. You see the guards also trying to help Verona.
Hmm.
You see Verona's bleeding profusely.
Thirty.
Most of it getting kicked around from the jester, need I remind you.
Can't really do much.
I like to imagine I walked out with like blood spurting out of my head. Just like the
At this point, though, because you've been piercing holes into this thing, you see that there is wood underneath the ropes.
great.
Cast fireball.
Yeah, you're telling the rogue to cast a fireball?
Hey, we don't discriminate here.
I'm an arcane trickster.
So, what would you like to do? Move forward?
I mean, I can't really do much. I guess I'll just double move.
Okay.
What is my run speed?
So you can use your full action to move 4 times.
Yeah, I'll move 4 times and go over here, I guess.
Okay.
Give flanking to Verona.
All
Does
right.
flanking work with reach weapons?
It does.
It does, yeah.
Nice.
As long as you can hit them. And also, your teammate is adjacent from you.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Yep.
So, that's Percival's turn.
Mm-hmm.
The guards are going to do their thing and shoot. So a 22 and an 11. So the 22 will hit.
But does a 12 hit?
No. And I don't think that bonus lasts for that many turns. So 9 damage, 9 piercing damage to the creature. It's looking pretty hurt. So that happens. Verona. You see your buddy is here, Percival. He's now behind this thing.
Heck yeah.
You get a bonus to your attacks. Your 2-hit attack.
What is that, +2?
Yes.
So 30 to hit?
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, 29. I already added a buff for divine favor.
29 29 to hit.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll hit.
8 damage.
All right.
I will be healing myself again.
Sounds good.
6.
Okay. So now it's its turn. So as you heal yourself, this thing just kind of like shakes its head vigorously at you. It is going to 5-foot step, and it will multi-attack you.
Oh
It's
no,
not
it
provoked.
learned. No, it didn't,
It
because he
doesn't.
said 5-foot step. It learned from my tactics. This is General Grievous.
So let's see. The first hit. Let's see here. An 8 is gonna miss, and an 11 is gonna miss you. You're getting pretty lucky, man.
It's that instinctual fear.
All right, Percival, it's your turn.
Oh, move up, and I guess I'll attack him with my rapier.
Okay.
Where's my attacks? There's my
Roll
attacks.
the damage and the to hit with your bonus.
+2, so 21
That'll hit.
with 8 damage.
Okay. Ouch. Yeah, this thing is looking really rough at this moment. You see some wood fly out as you just pierce it from behind, and it just swivels its head towards you like an owl behind its body. And it just stares at you with its smiley face of blood. The guards, they're gonna take a shot each.
A Patron.
Hell yeah. Ooh, nat 20.
Yeah.
See if that
Nice.
confirms. Oh my
You gotta triple the damage. You gotta triple the damage or something.
Well, it might
I-
already triple depending on what type of weapon he's using.
It's using a crossbow.
You got a
Just
nat 20
double
on the
check that.
confirmation.
Yeah, that's
A regular
I've never
crossbow?
seen that. Yeah.
Can we just say that that's the other guard also threatening to crit?
Wait, a light crossbow or a heavy crossbow?
Just a light crossbow.
Okay. Light crossbow is 2 times. But has a crit range of 19 to 20.
Very nice. So, yeah, I've never seen that happen before, where you get a nat 20 on your confirmation.
Aren't you supposed to roll like
You know
another confirmation for that nat 20?
That is. That is the confirmation.
No, but aren't you supposed to roll another one?
To
Yeah.
see if you
Like to-
confirmation the confirmation.
I think it's like stacking crits. But
Yeah, I think
unfortunately-
It's not an actual rule, but
Yeah.
I'll allow it. I'll allow.
Because I've seen that
multi-crits.
before on Pathfinder. I don't know what game I was a part of, but I saw it.
I'll allow multi-crits.
Imagine this is like the duel of the fates for me, and the guards triple crit them, and they're like, "Yeah, we get a promotion. We killed it."
They just
So,
Join
They-
the Pegasus Knights?
You'll train them yourself around.
what is that? Isn't there a word for that? Kill sniping or something?
Kill steal.
Kill steal, yeah.
so let me roll. So 16 damage. And that's just from the one guard. Yeah, that hits this thing really hard. This thing is struggling. So now we'll roll the other guard's attack.
Nat 20. That would be
No,
so
the attack
hilarious.
was already rolled. The attack was already rolled.
What do you mean the attack was already rolled?
The 19 was the second attack, wasn't it? From the second guard.
No, I was seeing if it could triple confirm and like.
Oh, triple confirm. I see.
Yeah, I was seeing if it could just stack the crits. I'll allow that if you guys roll multiple crits like that. Yeah, I'll allow
Okay.
that.
That's wild.
Hell yeah.
Sure, sounds funny. So this is the second attack, which is 20 total. So that'll hit. So. Oh.
Dang.
So yeah, with that, it got exactly what it needed to kill this thing.
No.
It just hits this thing directly in the forehead, and it falls back, and you see like it kind of just the way it falls, it just kind of like falls out of its robe, and you just see like a mannequin.
Quick, make the laughing emoji that he was doing.
Yeah.
Fortnite dance on it.
Yeah, I was upset.
Wowzers! So you guys that thing down.
Okay, so in this situation, I'm gonna take my lance, stab it straight into like its wooden like bodice, and I'm going to turn back to the guards and say, "This day there is still victory. This day we will take back what little we can. And from this day forward, we will continue to take victory." And I raise a fist in the air.
They might
is-
take our king. They might take our queen. They might even take our kingdom. But they will never take our freedom.
Viva la
Viva la Revolution. So, yep, as you do that, the guards just kind of clap, and they're like, "Yeah, we took that thing down together." And they raise your hand. They raise both of your arms in the air,
Oh yeah.
like one on each side. As that's happening, you kind of hear like a grunt, like kind of like from behind you, like a pained expression.
I turn.
You see. You see, like an older man. He's just kind of like he's laying against the castle walls. You wouldn't have seen him when you came out because he was quiet and just kind of like resting essentially. But he looks like he's injured. And he's just like leaning against the wall, like sitting on the ground. He looks injured.
Okay. I grab my lance. I sheath it. I put it on my back. And I go up to the man.
So as you approach, he just kind of looks at you and he coughs. He's like, "Oh, you took that thing down." And then just kind of like tries to give you a smile, and like a little bit of blood comes out of his mouth.
Is everything all right?
He just kind of nods his head. He's like, "Yeah, for the most part, I'm a little banged up from that thing. When I was on my way to the banquet when I saw that Jester and his friends slaughter the guards outside with that monster." He raises his hand, and it shakes a little bit because he's injured, and he points at the mannequin creature that's dead on the ground. "I don't think that thing wanted anybody to enter the castle or exit."
While he brings up his hand and points, I will gently like grab his hand with like my opposing hand and set my other hand on top of his and use my last use of lay on hands on him
Okay.
and heal him for 8. What the fuck, dude?
Wow. So he's pointing, and you lay your hand on him, you heal him for 8. You see that like a lot of his wounds like kind of like glow faintly and then like disappear. You see that there was like a large slash across his chest, and there was some blood that was on the wall. You assume that he was probably also attacked from behind as well. He just kind of like slumps forward a little bit while he's looking at you, and he's like, "Oh wow, thank you."
Thank you.
And then he's like, I managed to run past it at first, but then it sliced into me before I made it to the steps. Like I said before, thank you so much for saving me. I have something for you. And he begins to reach into a satchel that's on his belt. And he pulls out a small pouch. He opens the pouch and he pulls a ring out of it. This is a ring of protection. I think it may work better for you than for me. I also would like for you to take this small bit of gold as thanks for helping an old man in need. And he holds out like a small little pouch of gold. And he like hands it to you.
I push the pouch away and I say,
I do not charge for doing what is right, but for this gift that you will bestow upon me, I will graciously accept.
You don't have to worry about me. This is only a small bit I brought from home. I won't lose sleep over it. And he puts the money into your palm and like he does it in a way where he puts both of his hands into your hand to like close it. And he's like,
Okay.
please. And also with the ring too.
gotcha. Okay.
I say, well, from here on, don't lose any more sleep. You deserve a well rest.
As you say that, he says, it looks like you might need some rest too. You look pretty banged up.
Yes, I will make sure to take care of myself. Thank you.
I get up, and I look at the guards and I say,
Thank you for coming. From here, continue to follow the Queen's orders. Escort people to their homes.
It just kind of give you a salute out of respect.
I salute them back.
And they go back into the castle to help the remaining citizens. So now only Percival and Verona remain as the old man begins to walk home.
You alright,
What you like?
Verona?
I will not fail again, Percival.
That's alright. You did your best.
My best wasn't good enough. My best got the king captured. My best is what you see in this field. Slaughter. I will not fail again.
Failure's a part of life, Verona, and we learn from it.
I have failed enough. I have learned much. From here on, we ride to victory. I am going back to the Pegasus Knight barracks. I'm going to attempt to bolster my spirit. I believe that I am ready to summon my steed soon.
And I yank my lance out of the wooden corpse. And I already put it back on. So I have my lance on. So I'm going
stab it
to walk
again.
away. I stab it again. And I look at Percival. I'm just like,
Just for
gets
good
stuck.
measure. Just for good measure.
It gets stuck inside of its body, so you have to yank it out again.
I like put my foot like on its body.
Yeah,
and I'm
this-
just like,
It's been a long day. I'll be on my way.
Aye.
I'll
Hope to
see you
in
tomorrow.
battle.
and I'm going
See you
to
tomorrow. See you in battle. At the same time.
Yeah. See you in battle, man. Together.
So I'm going to go to the Pegasus Knight barracks, and I'm going to use my wand of Cure Light Wounds on myself.
Accurate.
And then I'm just going to describe what Verona's going to be doing. Verona's going to like start like a small fire, and she's going to like sit on a log, and she's going to like have her like
Here we
hands entwined together with her head like on top of them as she stares into the fire, seething, brooding, planning vengeance.
I thought you were
Like an-
gonna mutilate your arm with a sharp object or something. Like
No.
eat it up, and then I was gonna say, "Oh, here we go."
And
we
she's
hear
going
Linkin Park
to
playing in the background.
she's going to stare into the fire of her oath of vengeance.
So Nimbus, what would you be doing after the commotion? You saw. So we're going back in time a little bit. You see the guards run out, shouting like, "Hey, what's going on outside in the courtyard?" They run out. You see Percival run out too after like 30 seconds after the guards. What would you be doing inside the banquet hall?
Well, after
Drinking?
drinking a little bit, I'm just gonna try just remember what the experience was. But now
How
I need
much is a little bit, by the way?
I'd say a quarter of the bottle. Well, what would that be? Like 2 wine glasses?
Roll a Constitution check. Or Fortitude, sorry. Fortitude. Sorry, got the system mixed up.
And there it is. 14.
Okay, you're not drunk yet.
All right. And as I'm about to drink the third one, I'm like, wait a minute. Armani. Oh, wait, hold on. Armani. Armani?
Nimbus, I am speaking with the advisors right now. Is there something the matter?
Does this place have a library?
Of course.
All right.
One of
I
the
need,
most extensive in the land.
I need someone to take me to it.
I'm sorry, goblins are not allowed, Nimbus.
Of course. I'll here, and I summon a servant and say, escort the servant wherever he pleases in the palace. He has my full trust and confidence. Set him up in a room as well.
As you wish, princess.
Oh,
I
boy. Oh boy.
This is Tyrone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really huge. He's absolutely jacked, wearing a butler outfit with like a monocle
Is
and
he
like
an
a
orc?
little mustache. No, he's a human.
Oh.
He's bald.
I'm sure there will be time for re-education of titles in the morning, but I'm being told by the advisors that it is Your Majesty now.
He corrects himself. Yes, your majesty.
I nod and say, good luck, Nimbus. Hopefully I can get everything done that I need to tonight.
Very well. Good luck.
Tyrone grabs Nimbus by the the back of his shirt and lifts him up. off
by
the
the scruff
ground.
of my neck,
Yeah,
like a
just
cat.
carries you. Yeah, he just carries you. He's just this 10-foot tall man, built like
Meanwhile,
a tank from Left 4 Dead.
meanwhile, I'm like 2 feet tall.
Yeah. So you're really high off the ground. He just carries you to the library.
All right then. Let's see. I'm going to, since the guy's name seems to family seems to be well known. I think I'm going to see if I can find him, or at least find his family name, the Jester.
Okay. You do manage to, after spending a few minutes, you do find a book of like important historical people, and the Alabains are mentioned in the book.
All right then. What can I glean from this book?
That they have been around for a couple of centuries.
Were they always just jesters, or
Uh, not necessarily jesters, but entertainers. So like bards and things of that nature.
Hmm.
Some of
So-
the oldest ones were like jesters, but the more modern ones are more like bards.
so if they're known for being bards, what could cause them to want to overthrow a kingdom?
Do you try to look up anything else about the Alabain family?
Yes, just any history that they have, and any who they are associated with.
You see that they're more of like a secluded entertainment group. They don't really collaborate with others. You do see like some of the it's kind of like a wiki page, when it says when you were born, when they died kind of thing too.
Yeah.
And it lists a bunch of the Alabains. And you do see one for Clermont Alabain, and you do see that it says that they died.
When?
They died 50 years ago.
All right then. Um, I'd see what does this library could tell me about I
You
look for
see,
information on their on magic about the banishing into the cards.
you don't find anything about that.
Mm.
It's more or less of like a synopsis of their life and like their accomplishments. It says that Clermont Alabain was a well-known jester who would entertain people from across the land, just traveling with his band of other entertainers. Kind of the complete opposite of the person you just met. So you begin to surmise something is wrong here.
Who were like? Does it record like their last big performance before they perished?
It says that some of them are still entertaining today, but definitely says Clermont Alabain is dead. Like it records like going all the way back to the first one, like looking at a history book, and
Yeah.
then to the present, which this book isn't complete because things change, new babies are born, etc.
Yes.
Of the family. But yes, you don't find anything. You don't find anything more interesting than the fact that this person is dead, but you just saw him.
All right then. Can I get information on the location of the cloud crystals?
You do not.
All right then. How about just the cloud crystals in general? Describing what they are. Their physical descriptions, I guess.
So they do have that. It's kind of like in a book that's like, oh, the wonders of our world. You should know these things kind of book. And it displays like what a cloud crystal looks like and like how much it weighs, things like that. It's like a giant crystal that is colored white, and it looks like it's reinforced with metal, like around it to hold it inside of like an aperture, like a kind of like a canister, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But from the description of what it is physically and like its characteristics, these things weigh hundreds of pounds.
All right. So how would one go about stealing?
Then you remember he showed a card of the crystal to everybody in the crowd.
All right, then. So this thing can basically capture anything that it wants as long as it touches it. So yeah, anything from inorganic matter such as the crystal to living beings, and it puts them into a dark void.
You know
So
these as facts.
yeah, will
He
these
captured a human and he captured an object.
And he captured my
He captured your heart and just
hatred. Sorry, my mic cut out.
Yep. It's all good.
Let's see what else. So question from
Yes.
in game. I guess I was stuck in there for maybe a few minutes, but
You're stuck
in
in there
the
for probably a minute.
how long? What did it feel like? A minute in the void?
Time when you were in the void, it didn't feel like time was slow or time was fast. It just kind of felt like you were in limbo. Like if there wasn't a clock and clocks existed, I guess is the best way to explain it. Like you had no idea.
Okay. All right then.
To you, you just came out of being poofed and you're like, what happened? How long was I gone?
All right then. All right then.
If anything, you were probably going insane.
All right. So I look up magic on. Yeah, I'll look up for any information on anti-banishing spells and banishing spells, because I feel like I feel like that would be the kind of magic that it does. Basically, yeah, a forced teleportation to a different plane of existence.
You do find something that may be useful for you. You find a book that kind of has what you're looking for, but it says how to summon a god on the book.
Well, I'll get to reading.
So you're just paging through the book, just kind of looking for something like you're describing, and you find that that kind of magic you would need a god to do for you. And this book tells you how to summon a god. It says you must provide a sacrifice for the god. A willing sacrifice.
Goats are willing. They've been doing it for years.
I don't think that's how that works.
I gotta be a few little test subjects.
Armani's like, I can just order one of my guards to die for me.
Gosh. Percival's willing to throw a kid for a guy. It's like, I can make more. It's fine. Be like, it must be a sacrifice, a willing sacrifice. I
Daddy,
willingly
which one of us
sacrifice.
is your favorite? I love both of you equally. Except you. You're getting sacrificed.
Sure, I'll So which one should I sacrifice? Should I sacrifice Gabriel, Kip, or Naomi?
Be like, I
You
love
can't
you all.
sacrifice Gabrielle.
I was gonna say, I love you all equally.
Oh
which
yeah,
is why you're all going in.
I forgot about Nyla too. I also have a kid named Nyla. Whoops.
Oh, you fucker.
You guys just find a loophole to summon the god. Well, I'm willing to sacrifice for the god, and then you stab the other person. And it works.
Hey James, do you know what the funniest thing is? Nyla's the middle kid.
Oh god. Of course you would forget the middle one.
So yeah, that's what you find on trying to find re-banishing magic.
Yeah.
It says it's some top level magic. And also, as you're reading through the book, it says in theory a lot. In theory.
Gosh.
In theory, you can sacrifice somebody who's willing to be sacrificed. And in theory, a god should come.
Source? What are your sources?
It says source by Clermont Alabain. Not really, but that would be hilarious. So that's what you find. Armani, are you doing anything in particular or just trying to figure out how things are going to go now that you are the next one in line for the throne?
I think
Next one in line. She is the
she
line.
is the throne. I think first she figures out which of her advisors she will have go in will lead in her stead, as she fully plans to be the one to go and find the cloud crystals at this point. And I think she summons she gets a contract made, and she summons Alice.
Okay.
Perhaps she waits until early morning, but that's the first thing she does. After meeting with her father's advisors and getting some legal things figured out, they set a date for a year and a day for her coronation.
Okay. So you're just finding one fill-in, or are you finding two fill-in?
I think she is divvying up the different things among different people.
So it's a collective.
It's a collective among her father's different advisors, the ones that she knows that he trusts.
Okay. So between 4 people?
Yes. And she also, I forgot, she also lets the governess know that her oldest sister is to be to begin her political training early.
Okay.
They are. She writes basically the contract of, not a contract, but she basically makes the line of succession very clear that if she were to die, her sister will take over the throne, and that these interim advisors are leading only as she is on this adventure.
Okay. So you get that in the works.
Mhm.
And they they say in the morning they will begin their duties along with guiding your sister.
Yes. I think she waits until the morning to say anything to any of her sisters. But yeah, and then she summons Alis at his earliest opportunity.
Okay. So is everybody else going to call it a night for the banquet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Until we
Right.
get our letters, I guess.
Okay. So yep, you guys have sent your letters. You're gonna be waiting on a response. You guys are going to get some
Oh,
rest.
I
Huh?
did forget. I do send a personal letter to each of Nimbus, Percival, and Verona, officially inviting them to the War Council in the morning, and also assigning them seats next to me. So
Oh,
uh Verona will be on my left, and then Percival will be on my right, and next to him Nimbus.
okay. And you're
And then
sending
Ken's
that
there.
before you go to sleep? Or in the morning?
I summon Alis. Oh,
No,
when do I
the War
send them?
Council. Yeah, the War
The
Council
War
stuff.
Council is in the morning.
No, the letter where you're telling them where you're gonna sit,
I
where they're
send
gonna
them.
sit.
I send them right before I go to bed, so
Okay.
that it arrives to them at night, and they can either see it when they get it or when they wake up.
Okay. With that, I think that'd be a great place to end.